I'll let you know when it's the right time to.
I'm all propaganded up at the moment because I'm playing not for broadcast again. So
Class, good.
I'm all overly propaganded.
So this is why you've got like an anti-fish agenda now. Like the game has just kind of set you off now in this crazy tangent now.
No, not the fishes. That's just factual. But the
I just have
propaganda
I
stuff.
just have a predisposition to hate fish. So carry on.
Kill them. Don't eat them. Just kill them.
It's kind of a waste of good meat, isn't it?
But I'm creating jobs.
By just having hunters
More
at sea.
fishermen. More fishermen.
I think there's plenty of them to go around already. Like,
Nah, more.
no.
I won't rest until every unemployed person is a fisherman.
You will be the greatest Foss recruiter. Just there, just handing out
I have a
rods.
spot in a trawler. I'm a 73-year-old woman. Yeah, I know. But there's an opening at the winch. Yeah, and you don't need your... If anything, arthritis will help you.
Just imagine you just go into the dole queue in the post office just handing out rods. It's like, come on now, there you are. Get started. Come on, that barrel won't fucking clean itself out. Come on. Oh, dear. You know, I was kind of thinking, like, your theory on climate change, kind of with the sea temperatures rising, would have more to do with the fact that we are pumping out more microplastics and more waste products into the water, therefore creating more suspended solids and more like that. Then that would naturally insulate water more and causes of warm water. No,
just what a big science shill would say. Fucking wake up, sheeple. It's the fish.
It's the fish. If there's any takeaway from this playthrough, is that Dennis doesn't have a fucking clue what he's talking about. But it isn't. That's it. Yeah. When the climate does eventually collapse and the fish do rebel, it will be absolutely your fault, Dennis, because you were the one to call them out on the first.
Yeah, and you know what my fucking dying words will be? This is like, fuck you, Jonathan. I was fucking right.
No, because I would have transported to my sky base that time because I would have seen this coming a fucking mile off. Well, I would have returned Australia back to the sea as the fish gods intended.
It'd be like that scene from Rick.
So you admit you adhere to the fish gods? You fucking I knew it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Debate over.
Who said bait? Who said bait? Did anyone say bait? Sorry.
Foxy, you're very quiet tonight. I don't like it.
He's always quiet.
I know. He's not. You don't fucking work with Foxy enough to know. You know he's not fucking quiet ever.
I'm usually falling asleep.
To be fair, he fell asleep in the last recording I did with him.
I know.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Go and watch the SmackDown versus Raw session the next few weeks, Dennis. You'll just see him dozing off. Like literally, I was only saying this when I was putting the video. I was putting the videos together last night. Literally every fucking time I'm cutting the video together, I'm just seeing this on the left hand side of the screen. like don't get me wrong. Me and Jamie had great conversations, but Foxy wasn't involved in. Like,
have your hours up for the joys of the season?
No, thank God.
Have they not? Are they going to?
I don't know. Hopefully not. But still,
is it a thing that you would do if you had to? Like if they said, "Hey, Foxy, we need you in a few more days."
I don't know
every week
because
we need you to do full-time hours until January.
We need you to finish the story, Foxy.
Yeah.
I guess weird sense of deja vu, and I feel like I've been here before.
Well, I'll put you like this: I did it, so because of my medical thing recently, I have to drop my hours in January. The decision has been taken away from me, which made the conversation a whole lot easier with the boss because it was essentially just doctor said this. Do you want to keep employing me? Yes. Well, then these are the new rules. You know.
You must deal with this new
Well,
information.
that was essentially it. And to be fair, he was just like, yeah. But basically, what I'm saying is like, it was kind of like I went into the office, we had a big long chat and all that shit, and we kind of ironed out that look. Busy season, obviously. I'll work my full-time hours until the 1st of January. And then it's in writing that the 1st of January I'm down. And it's like it's in writing.
Yeah.
So I mean, like if they came to you, Foxy, and they said, right, from next week, we need you to do 5 days a week until the 1st of January. But you have it in writing, you're definitely going back down to your old hours on the 1st of January. Would you do it?
I'm kind of torn because like
The extra bit of money?
the extra money, but like I've been there before and I fucking
I know you used to be full-time, I know, yeah.
The balance is not there. That's the problem.
Well, that's what I'm looking forward to. So, for anybody listening, and for ye who may, for Jonathan or Fox, I'm sure Foxy knows pretty much everything about me. But half the stuff I tell Foxy now, he'd already fucking, yeah, you told me that. I was like, yeah, I'm an idiot. Just let me fucking repeat my stories for fuck's sake.
You're an old man.
I'm an old man. I probably have Alzheimer's. Just like get used to this.
Yeah, you said that already. Yeah.
You're probably going to be in the care home with me. So
yeah, I said that too as well.
Get used to my fucking stories. But basically, I've done full time, with the exception of I'm not counting the pandemic. Obviously, the pandemic is a unique situation. But normal times, I've done only full time work since I was 16. That's a lie. Sorry. No. Part-time when I was 16, full-time from the time I was 18.
Yeah.
With the exception of maybe a month where I was unemployed while moving from a different county.
Yeah.
So that's the part that I'm curious and intrigued about. Like, so I think I've asked Foxy about this at length about when he dropped from full-time to part-time and the difference it can make. So I'm only dropping down 1 day. I'm going to 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week.
Yeah.
But the people I've spoken to that have made that exact change, going from 5 to 4, have said it was a fucking game changer. Have said it was like it was a huge difference.
Well,
like,
it's mentally the shorter working
different.
week as well. Like, you know, the 4 day weeks and all that
it
stuff.
was a huge difference without much of a change in money.
Yeah.
Like with a manageable loss in money.
Yeah. But you also argue your expenses are going down as well because you're not traveling in and out to town or your.
To be fair, my expenses are negligible because I'm very lucky. I work like 2 minutes there.
Oh wow, that's really handy. So yeah.
That's negligible. It's more the just an extra day to like not be working, I suppose, where I'm now doing 4 days on, 3 days off. So,
and do you have control over that, or is it kind of spaced out or rotation?
That will be shifted as manager sees fit. But even one of the girls in work just literally did the exact same thing like 6 or 7 months ago and said it's just a different world.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from in that sense, but like even I'm not at that stage of my working career yet because then like again also like public sector, healthcare, frontline, gone through a pandemic and like we were day in day off for a long time. So we weren't patient facing, so like that's why we weren't like literally at the coalface like dealing with the plague head on, you know. So like in a very roundabout way, I know exactly how you feel because this fucking channel was basically founded from the go from having needing us to do something during the pandemic, you know. So
Yeah.
like I get what you're saying about like just having that extra time, like, you know, you don't know yourself when you actually like have the headspace and
Well, that's
time
what
to
I'm
do
saying.
it.
Like, and even I was just thinking, like, no downsides really. Like, apart from the obvious money, but that, as I said, that's kind of not that's not negligible, but it's enough of a hit that I can take
But if you're
or to be
settled,
able
like
to.
if you're not like
Yeah,
saving for a house or
and
something like
like,
that, it's different, you know.
and it was even little things. Like I was thinking, like for instance, um, a weekend where I'm doing Dublin and Belfast.
Hmm.
It now means I don't have to go work a full week beforehand, go up, do the 2 days of work again, and then go straight back into my other job again, which means I don't essentially have a proper actual day off to rest
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like 2 weeks. It now means that even if I go to Dublin, Belfast, well, I can have the Monday off afterwards. So, yeah, it's little things like that. I'm kind of I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah. But there's also like it's like for me as well, like in my like very rarely in the health sector do you get an actual solid 9 to 5 job unless you're kind of on the admin
Yeah,
clerical
that'd
side.
be pretty unusual, I would say, unless you were doing like admin. Yeah.
Well, it is literally because the place that we're working on can't open beyond a certain time. Like the building is closed at a certain time, and if you're in the building by before that time, you're locked in. You know, just
Right, right.
from a
So what
security
hours do
thing.
you do?
Literally 9 to
Mind me
5.
asking. You do 9 to 5,
Literally, that's it. Boom, get your shit in that time, and that's it. So it's a
Monday
very
to
intense.
Friday.
Monday to Friday. Yep.
You fucking cunt.
I worked a Sunday once, and I've worked festivals, so that's different. You know, that's extra work. You know.
Yeah, but are they opt in?
They're opt in, yeah. So like
All
you can
right. So
volunteer.
you don't have to do them.
No, but like but we're because we're such a small team and our like scope has gone up massively in the last like 2 years. My workload is that, you know.
Yeah.
But as I said, like there's also kind of an understanding of like there's only so much that like say like if our team is say for instance 13 people, like that's like 4 sets of 3 if you like, and then like you narrow down to whoever else is. So in essence, our team is only like 3 people processing how much do we do, and if one person's off for a week, we're down to 2. You know, kind of way. So there's only so much like you can do in that time. Get shit in as you can and keep the things fucking the plate spinning in a sense. But like it's an intense couple of hours, but at least I have that time to kind of like come home, food, decompress, and then start working on my other job, which is this fucking channel.
Yeah.
The other 2 channels rather, you know. But at least that way, like I think that's a good like relatively good work-life balance in my view.
I think that's why you dropped down, Foxy, wasn't it? It was that there was no personal time.
No, because the days that
and you have like obviously you have a young family as well that you want to spend time with, etc., etc. So even more so for you, it's even more important to have a little bit of time.
Because the days that I was working, like I was working like long shifts, but like when I get home, I'd be exhausted.
Yeah.
And the days that I was actually booking off work was for shows.
Yeah. So you were doing what I was doing.
So therefore, my days weren't actually like mine.
They were just as exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was getting burnt out.
A different type of exhaustion. So you have mental exhaustion from your job, and then you have physical exhaustion from your hobby. Say.
Yep.
And that's what happened to me. Like there's a point where your body will go, yeah, fuck you, cunt.
It was also the greed part of it. I was like, okay, I'm earning X amount of money for doing these hours, as well as like,
oh man, you're hitting the fucking nail on the head now. Jesus Christ.
I was like, grand, like I can keep this up. It seems worth it. But then after a while, it's like, nah, fuck it. I'll take the hit.
Oh,
I'll take the hit.
You are me. That was exactly it. So I have been broke before. Like I mean, broke. I've been homeless and shit, and I've lived on a can of beans for a week. and all that shit. And you kind of get in this mindset after you've been there that you're like, I'm never, ever, ever fucking getting that poor again. Ever, 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 ever. So I'm like, I'm going to just work. And that was the mindset, which is I'm just going to work straight through. I'm just going to get as much money as I fucking possibly can. And then I'm safe. But then there's a point literally where not like what happened to us this last week, it was a big scare. Because originally they thought it was something far more serious. Which would have meant no more work, no more anything. Pretty much, you know. Thankfully it wasn't that, but it was enough to scare us into a big conversation. On okay, something has to give. So do we need that money? Do we stop wrestling? Do we do the job or something like that? And then it was kind of like, well, what about this kind of middle ground? And kind of see how that goes for a while. You know, so because the quitting the wrestling thing wasn't really, that's not really on the cards for me. Because I genuinely enjoy it, and I don't want to get rid of something that has actually given me positive mental health.
Yeah, you want to keep your kind of your, as it were, it's a little bit that bit of escapism as well. Something you look forward to.
Yeah. So I don't want to get rid of the positivity. Because all that's going to happen is I'm going to end up replacing that with either work or something else. Like it's not. Yeah. Something's going to have to fill that void.
Something you won't enjoy as much either.
Yeah. So that wasn't really on the card. Obviously, it was in the conversation, but it was never really on the cards.
Yeah.
To do so, it was about finding another way to do it. But Foxy hit the nail on the head there. It was greed. It was greed. It was, I need this money. I need every money. I need all the money.
All the monies.
Yeah, I need
the blimp.
To do it. And then you get a big fright like that, and you go, yeah, maybe I don't actually need all that fucking money. Maybe I'll be just fine taking a few hundred less a month.
Yeah.
And it won't actually be the end of the fucking world. You know?
It's also like your life changes over certain times as well. Like there is like I can speak because I'm still kind of in my kind of earning mindset
Careful.
still. Come on.
Careful where you go.
With...
I can speak easy because I'm still in the prime of my life, and you two old fuckers are dying.
Oh, jeez, no, I didn't mean that. I was talking.
Not only that, don't jinx yourself as well.
Yeah, fair. Gotta say, dude. Point. I thought I was fucking grand.
Yeah. I'm seeing all that, but no, but I'm like mindsets. I'm still kind of like I still have to. I'm in that kind of like that. I'm saying, well, almost like agree with the right word to use, but like I'm also saying like gather as much money as possible because I need to get a house, kind of way. You still have an actual need to get something. And I think once you're actually at that stage, then you can start living comfortably within your means. So I'm kind of at that kind of like, I suppose like I'm a couple of years like behind in that kind of process. Like I don't intend to be working until I'm fucking stupid, like crazy age anyway.
No, but you get good fucking money, right? I don't mean I don't want you to disclose your financials, but I mean you get decent money, right? I mean it's the public sector. You're bound to get a fairly solid wage. Just
it's public sector. Yeah, exactly. The public sector, like pension from a very early age,
plan and all that stuff. Yeah, so I mean, you really shouldn't need to be going. What are you fucking laughing at?
Like
I don't know why, but it's like. It's like when you were saying like pension from an early age, then I don't know why my brain automatically.
Did you envision a child drawing a pension?
No, but
it's young age pensioner. Yeah, like
no, I misheard what he said after, so my brain automatically went to like pension from an early age, crime prevention. I was thought like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I get to commit one crime per year. Free, like
it's it's like the Purge, but far less interesting.
It's all petty crimes. Like I get to see like a bag of crisps.
He usually just goes to Tesco's and takes some of the pennies. Wait, pick and mix isn't a thing anymore, is it?
Mhm.
Depending. Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Fuck you, COVID.
I'll pick an extra.
Some cinemas still have it, and
I haven't gone looking. I now just realized I haven't gone
candy
looking for a
stores.
pick and mix in fucking ages.
Yeah, no, if you get to you go to a proper sweet shop, the pick and mix is still there.
Is it, or are they all like
Yeah.
pre-bagged?
No.
No, you can still
No.
do a pick and mix. Like you can still. But that was it's a shop by shop thing. Like it's not like a blanket thing you find in Tesco or anything like that. But yeah, you can still get a pick and
Not
mix.
supermarket sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fucking hell! Do you remember Supermarket Sweet?
Yeah, fucking deadly shit.
Dale Winton,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the gayest man who ever gayed.
So, if you're wondering what's going on in the game here, that is a full field of poppy seeds.
Yep.
That's a poppy field right there. And apparently there's 3 towers. This is at the back of the Tokugawa plant, by the way, that we were in. Meryl prompted us to go here instead. So this is us outright confirming that Tokugawa is making essentially Narc on Beyond, which we knew this already from all the clues
I
we
was gonna
had.
say we knew that.
We knew that, but we didn't know we didn't actually have tangible proof of it, essentially.
Yeah.
And again, I love this kind of little quirk of when this game was made because it was the mid-90s. Because if this was the way this is gonna play out.
Sorry, I just fucking remember. So we're going to myself and Ems in like the next week or so are going to a Chartbusters or Extravision inspired escape room.
What?
Wow!
I know.
Holy shit!
I didn't know it existed either.
That sounds awesome.
You're
That does
trapped.
sound cool.
You're trapped in the mid, and the setting is the mid-90s.
Where is that?
It's in Waterford.
Fuck off!
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's the mid-90s. You're trapped in a video shop. Find a way out.
Can you send that base on to me? I want to try that.
I actually. Jesus Christ!
You fucking
Actually-
told to do it. It's like there you go. Fucking get that into you.
Here's the
hold on.
information now.
I
But
think
send on- yeah,
I took a. Does it have the? It has enough information on it. It's just a picture I took of it's a screenshot I took. Of
Over,
it.
yeah. That's enough for me to go on. Yeah,
Wouldn't
that
you have
sounds
a name
class.
for
Like
this?
you
That's
have to report back with your findings. But that
It
sounds
was
amazing.
the last ever night of Blockbuster / Extravision, and you've been accidentally locked in the store. You've 60 minutes to find the staff exit.
Hmm.
Oh, that sounds cool. That sounds cool.
I haven't seen it.
Mm.
It could be shit. It could be a pitiful attempt at doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's going to go one of two ways. Either it's going to be fucking fantastic and it's going to look the part, or it's going to be an absolutely abysmal shit show. Like,
Either way, it still sounds worth doing. To be honest with you. Oh my. Yes, that's not how that goes. How that gets on. So yes.
sorry,
This.
it's when you said mid-90s. It just
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
because the reason I'm saying that's because what really breaks this game in a sense is that considering it's in the future and stuff like that, all that Jonathan or Ed needs is just to whip out the camera phone and just take every picture and video of evidence. But because it's still the game was written in the 90s, so that concept just doesn't exist. Like even then, just a camera, like any photographic evidence, like anything of the sort, just never think of doing it. Now. You could argue that Jonathan, being from the past, would not have thought of that, and Ed, being an old man, also wouldn't have thought of that. You could argue that's why they don't think of actually documenting any of this. They just walk in, see a fucking Escobar level drug processing plant, and go, let's go and tell the police right now, and don't try and fucking do anything about it.